See, I started doing this when I was about 10-year-old. My brother taught me to hand sew, and I made a pocket knife pouch for my best buddy. And I just realised I could pull apart old bridles in the shed and remake them, resew them. But it wasn't quite such a popular hobby when Dad needed a bridle and it was all in bits. He needed a muster cattle. So I made a bridle for Dad and continued to drive Mum mad with this. And yeah, I was about 10 and there was a harness maker in town that made sulky harness. Anyway, Mum said if you ring up yourself, old Jim might let you go down and watch. And he said, yeah, come on down. He was in his late 70s or 80s at the time, and packed a lunch and went down. 10 years old, and he was pretty civil to Mum and nice, and showed her out the door. And as soon as Mum drove away, old Jim grabbed me by the scruff of the collar and said, no one watches here for free, mate. What can you do? So he said, can you sew a buckle on a strap just like that? So at 10 years old I sewed a buckle just as good as that on a strap. He said, oh, you can hand sew, can you? So I think that day I made a set of winkers, and he made sure that he booked me for the next Saturday to come back down and make the reins to go with those winkers. And then I was pretty much hand sewing my tail off every bit of spare time with Jim right up till I was 16, left high school. Made a couple of saddles there, but he wasn't a saddle maker as such, so I was sort of on my own with the whole saddle making deal, and making traditional stock saddles. The hybrid varieties weren't around then, and went up to Emerald Ag College, and there was a bloke there making fender saddles. They're called Steve Geary, and I said I can make them. I don't think anyone believed me, and I come back from school holidays with a finished fender saddle as good as any that were made professionally. And luckily the staff at the college, they were very supportive. They sent me down to Dan Baker in Brisbane for 2 weeks, and Dan was a cut and saddle maker, made Western saddles, and made a saddle with Dan. But Dan showed me how to cut patterns and how patterns lay on a horse, and it was kind of like a light bulb going on, because after that I never had to worry about buying a book to make a saddle, never had to worry about doing anything. I could get a bit of cardboard and a saddle tree and put it on a horse, and away I'd go. You know, it wouldn't matter what sort of saddle it was, a Western saddle, fender saddle, stock saddle, cut patterns for it on a horse, and away you go. You let the horse tell you where everything is. And